Hey, what's up everyone? Upstart here with RyXe Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Sands of Salzaar, our Sultan playthrough, and more than likely the last episode of this series. Um, so anyways, in the previous episode I did mention, I'm like, you know what? It was a final assault. There was really nothing else to see because the main quest, we already did a playthrough with that. Even though I was very, I was stumbling through, um, terrible kind of thing. Because once you beat the game once and you've been through, learned of most of the things that are that you need to do, how to survive, basically how to do this, how to do that. There's it just everything just becomes quick and easy, right? Or well, more or less, you already understand what's going on. So in that one, there's just a lot of that going on because well, even though I've played the game for 5 hours at the beginning, that doesn't mean I like knew how to do everything. I'm like I didn't really follow the quest line very at all at the beginning with my practice character, my first practice character. I just wanted to see what the mechanics were about and how they worked. And anyways, so let's go into our tribe here. Let's start with, I guess, buildings. So max, everything I have right here is are maxed out except for that one because I can no longer get any more population, and I'll show that, explain that in a little bit. But anyways, large residence is the max. That gives you a 25 to your cap right there. Large farms is max. Jade cabin is max, which is only 2 upgrades: the Jade camp, I think, and Jade cabin. Mining is the same. Mining cabin, camp and mining cabin. Logging camp, logging cabin. That's it, basically. I try to see if the Shattered Ruins could get something better, but that can't be upgraded either as far as I'm concerned. I remember having at one point 60 population like free and idle, and checking this and still couldn't do anything with it. So more than likely, unless it's something secret or special that you need like 100 or 200 idle population, then yeah, that's not something we're gonna be able to see. So I have all the large residences. I have an elite forge over there, so it does work how I thought it would. The first forge is like the first basic forging tools to repair 1 through 7, I believe. The second level is 1 through 12, and the third level, which is this one, any piece of gear, you don't pay anything. It's just, just click on it, and it just gives you the list of what you have available to repair or that needs repairing. Click on it, confirm, and that's it. And you just rinse and repeat, so you can, if you have multiple pieces to repair at once. Watchtower, it can only be upgraded twice as far as I'm concerned. I really don't remember. There's 3 levels. There's a first level, the basic, and then there's a second one, and there's a third. But I can't remember what the original name was anymore. But anyways, let's see what it says here. Provides an elite patrol force for roaming near the nameless lands. It would probably say your name right there, like if you were to change the name of the nameless tribe right there, because you can just talk, you can talk to Wafa, and it's, there's one of the options. So basically, it's just a patrol team. But they were around here somewhere. Now I don't know where they are. They're probably behind something, and I just can't see their name or anything. Anyways, the point is that they're just patrolling around the entire area. They're not like they don't have like this patrol path or anything like that. They're just like idling around. Like they move over here, and then all of a sudden they start moving in this direction, and then they go over there, and then over here, and then random. It's just random. So I'm guessing they're just there just in case someone tries to attack you, and then they either hold them off for a little bit. I don't think they're gonna be able to take on characters, even though it doesn't really matter at this point in time, because you can see we're at day 622 now, because I've done so many things. I've gotten teams ready. I've got everything in my garrison set up more or less how I explained it. I have 40 characters that I recruited plus 9 over here. I can't remember exactly how many characters I got, but according to me, we have 50 total. I don't know if it includes me though. I think it does include me. If we go into Intel, go into the tribe or faction, whatever, we have 61 territories. We own everything, including all the Ifrit domain areas. We own everything. We rule everything. We got 50 characters, and I think it does include me, as you can see right there. It says my name, but I don't get that. 248 squads, and this is how our relations ended. So the Ifrit, we got to them on, we kept them at -60, and everyone else is basically dead, or factions are all disbanded. The Dakin, the Nasir, the Deeb, the Thur, and the Akal no longer exist on the map. Anyways, so just to show off the map real quick. Oh wait, first before I leave, these are the stables. I think that first they're cottage stables, and I think they only have one other level, and that's this one, riding stables. And you can only put one of each. It doesn't allow you to build another one, because you put one to build, and if you were to choose an empty plot where you can actually put one of these, it wouldn't be on the list anymore. Same with the arsenal and the armory here. Both only level up once after the basic. So the basic one for the stables here was 2 days, and now it's 3 days. The arsenal was basic 7 days, and they went up to 10. And same with this one, 30% defense, 30% attack, and I think it adds 150 movement speed. I think I have it somewhere around here on these options. So speed right there, plus 150 on to your movement speed. It doesn't say exactly what it gives you there, but it obviously we can see it over here that it says 30%. Anyways, that's mostly it. In reality, I did make there was the kennels on the list. I made that. It's basically a training place for beasts. You can't put mythical beasts, you can't put the dragons, you can't put the demons, nothing like that in there. Just like the bison, maybe the Arctic wolves. Beasts are literally normal creatures, I would guess. I don't think you would be able to put like Bahar or Naga or anything like that. Just like we can't put any of the dragons in there, and I'll get to that in a moment. I think that's it, really. There's not much else to go off of here to show off. So wait, hold on. So I ended up removing. There were 2 farms here. I ended up removing those, so I could be able to put these. I'm like, I didn't really need the food anymore, because I didn't need to buy any population anymore. I was almost forgetting how to mention this. This is something that I completely think is stupid, and it should totally be changed or fixed or tweaked in some way, because I think it's stupid. Let me explain this. So max population, as you can see, 510 there. I actually can't. I can build another house here, and that's the only plot left for the houses. And I had a large house there, and I think I had 535 or 525, I can't remember, of max population. But the thing that I find so dumb, stupid, and frustrating, or infuriating is the word I think I wanted to use, is that your current population, well, 400, right, is my current population. Idle population, I have 20. That's because I actually don't have anything else to upgrade that I have enough to upgrade. The trading depot, I have one trading depot that's level 2 basically, but I can't upgrade it to level 3 because I think it requires 35 idle population. That's what I think is stupid, because if you want more, my lord, we've already reached our maximum population and cannot grow any further. You see what's stupid there? 420 is the max you can have, and no, we're not gonna joke around with the 420 right now. That's another thing. That's not gonna be happening right now, because what I think is stupid is that why the hell would it let you go to max population of 100 more plus a little bit maybe extra, some change there, if you can't even get that many? There's no point. There's just too many large residences then. I think that's completely and totally stupid and should be changed in some way or other, either by being able to upgrade something else further that requires that many population, but you can't even increase it any further. 420 is your max of idle population that you could ever recruit or buy, but it lets you get more idle population. Then that means you're wasting four slots of these, because these increase your cap by 25 each. It's not like it accumulates. The first one's 5, the next one's 15, the last one's 25. It's just 25. As far as I'm concerned, it's just 25 each. And then when you upgrade your base here, this place right here, that increases the max as well. So I think that's stupid. Either they remove the increase in max population from this, or they remove some, residence locations. I think the point of that is so that you can be able to have, all of these if you wanted to. I don't know. I just think it's kind of stupid that it's like this. Or just put, expand the area, put more plots so you can be able to put more things, another one for jade, another one for mining, another one for logging, or another one for everything else, whatever that needs that, so you can be able to build every single thing at least once. Anyways, I'm done with my rant now. That was my rant right there. I was just so pissed when that happened. I'm like, the hell is going on? The fuck? That was the first thing. Anyways, so this is the transport right here. This is how it works. You basically, it says transport you to any non-hostile city across the desert lands. As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't count allied or friendly places. They can only be places, or from other factions. It can only be places that you own or that you control. So let's just go to Golden Bazaar or whatever it's called, the North Outpost, because the closest one to us. That's it. You just, whatever you have conquered, whatever you have control over, all you need to do is choose it on that list and you go there. That's it, basically. Not much to it. Pretty straightforward, plain and simple. Anyways, let's go into our party. Oh, another thing I think I forgot to mention. The garrison in my base. It mostly turned out how I wanted to. You know what? Let's go back because I need to show that off. Okay, so in my garrison here, I did end up putting 40 characters in here, though I took out 8 that are elsewhere. I actually have them controlling some places, but we'll get to that. And these characters, 9 characters that I have in my team, are like either my favorite or preferred, either because I just like them, or because of their skill sets, and they're more varied compared to like others where it's just like one specific skill, and then just like as you can see there, the enhanced agility, basic things like that are that just about anyone has. So when they have extra skills, as you can see right here, there are at least 3 extra skills there. Right here as well. Najima doesn't, but she's one of my favorites. She has 2, but one is the most one that's more particular, but I still like her. Same here, same there. This one has specific ones, more varied, but I still like her anyways. Same here, things like that. Rick only has one that's like particular or special, but anyways, doesn't matter. So my idea, as I mentioned, was to get 25 Akal Storm Cavalry right there out of a total of 50 that I planned on having 50 characters and 50 squads, but I ended up getting 25 of these. I ended up reducing the amount of characters I would have in this place, guarding, even though they're probably just gonna rot away now because I already own everything, control everything. Anyways, so it was 10 arch riders on the list. I think it was, I don't remember if it was 5 or 10 Akal prophets. I think it was 10, and it was just gonna be 5 of something else. The idea was 5 Ashen Akal Ashen Warriors or something like that, or Storm Ashen Warriors, something like that. I can't remember. They're not cavalry. They're just they're just swordsmen on the ground, foot soldiers, whatever. But I ended up not going for those, and I went for 5 Dakin Master Slayers, which are basically DPS. If they're not gonna be tanking, there's no point in them being heavily armored, because the Akal, Ashen Swordsman, or Akal, I forget what they're called, but those, or Storm Warriors or whatnot. Those are heavily armored, I think, in some way, and they're slower. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just go with these, the Dakin Assassins. That works. So with the reduction of 10 characters on in this garrison, I went with the five Kaleida, which I actually did think about it as healers, and then 5 Nasir clerics, which I actually had overlooked the complete. I overlooked the entire Nasir lineup because I just have prejudice against them. I just didn't like them. I don't like the design. I don't like the name. I just don't like them in general. But then I don't know how I came across this, but by accident I just looked through them, through their promotion thing line again once, just to see what else. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that, and I just kind of just let me just check it, and I checked. Apparently they have clerics that do have focused healing. So I'm like, you know what, that would be nice. At first I wanted 10 of these, but it was just too hard to get to them because you had to. The only way to get them is, as far as I'm concerned, is through the yellow tents, the yellow troop prisons. And actually, as far as I'm concerned, my experience, I was only able to get them on the level 3, 4, and 5s, because there's some that say they're level 6 or they require level 6. I could not get them to spawn there or to drop as, because they're technically loot. These are basically cards, and they just wouldn't drop from there. They will only drop from the other 3, 4, and 5. And they would only drop in squads of 2 as far as my experience goes. And so one team I was able to get in the top right hand corner of Twin Luna Valley, near the tent for the traveling merchant, I think. And then the other 4, I had to get 3 squads of because they only would drop as squads of 2 with 2 units. So to get them to 5, well, I had to get 3 of them, combine all 3, and I would just basically be losing 1, wasting half of a unit of a squad for each of them. So that was 3 for each of them. That's 12 total. Plus this one, you would get it. One of these you would get complete from that one place I'm talking about. And so I'm like, you know what? Let's split it. And so I made it so it wouldn't be that difficult to get these, put these together, or to basically to get them, because the Nasir are just so simple, so easy to get. So I'm like, you know what, let's go 5 healers of AoE, because the totems are basically AoE healing, and let's go 5 designated or 5 solo or focus healing. I forget what it's called, and I did that. So that's what I got going on there. Okay, so now let's go out into the world. That's the thing I was missing. Okay, so back out here into the world. Now we go into the party. So I already mentioned this part, right? I already mentioned that I own everything. I control everything, including the Ifrit domain. Everything is now under my control. But as you can see there, I did mention that I had 8 characters elsewhere. Well, I have 8 characters controlling. There's 9 towns or locations here in the Ifrit domain, and I have 8. One controlling each of them, because there's like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there's a 9th one, but I control that one personally because that's the one that the Ifrit Void Master was controlling, and then he had all his other generals controlling these. Well, I managed to take him over. I didn't manage to do that right there with the other character, with the Hashashin, because they were just too difficult. I just couldn't take them. But I managed to get a bigger, stronger squad with this one, because first off, since we increased the difficulty, we also increased our level cap, which helps out drastically. 5 levels is a good amount, especially when you have 5 extra for every other character you have. Then moving on to the next one. So right now I have a lot of these that have their units very low, because they are taking over the Ifrit domain towns. Those are really, really hard. They're just so strong. Anyways, so I got 10 storm cavalry here, a call. I have a demon lord, a flame dragon, a bane dragon, a tundra dragon, and the phoenix king, which I'll go over how to get each of these momentarily. So the demon lord, we already know this one. In Redstone Keep, there's like an obsidian flame or rift, I mean, not wrist, rift, where you have to give it 20 food. And I'd recommend doing this when you're really strong, and I would recommend also saving before you do it, because if you mess up the first time and you save after that, you can't go after it again. But you can get them I'll make kind of difficult later on. I'll explain that in a bit. So that would be the easiest way to get a full four unit squad of lesser demons, and then from there you go up to, you know, from lesser demons, and then you go to demon, and then demon lord. Tundra dragon is the other easy one. You just have to go for the ice princess, which would be located, well, the redstone keep area would be here. That's where you would find that rift area that you have to give 200 food, and then you have to fight a boss and you have to beat it to be able to get the squad of lesser demons. The ice princess would be located here from I call it Chibwi, or Kebwi Keep, whatever you want to call it. Right here, there's a little shiny area, and you basically have to interact with that. There's also a chest there, so some people may try to get the chest without seeing that, and they'll just run into it and they'll activate it. And then if you activate it and you lose, or you cancel the encounter, I think you straight up have to fight it, but you don't get another opportunity to get that. So that's the easiest way to get a full four squad of lesser, no, they're called ice hatchlings, I believe. Yeah, ice hatchlings. Oh no, but you get them as wyverns, I believe. Ice wyverns. So you get a full squad of 4 right there, and you need them to be at 4, or else you won't be able to go further up the chain here. The same thing would be for, you know, for the rest, but these the flame dragon or the bane dragon or venom hatchling or fire hatchling, those can only be found, as far as I'm concerned. Umber Cliffs has the most locations. These dens, or these beast prisons, I think they're called as well, beast prisons, beast dens, and it's random. It's a rare drop. You can get like Bahar, Nagas, giants, vipers, pythons. You can get all sorts of things in here. Leopards. The bisons, I have never seen them drop here. They only ever came out from the traveling merchant on the top right hand corner map, a part of the map with the traveling merchant, Twin Luna Valley, that thing. There's another one over here. It's not marked on the map because, I don't know, it's cut off or it's in that little corner area, but it's just not marked like this. But there's one there. I think I've already mentioned this before, but I'm just gonna repeat myself. One there, here, here, and here. There's this one over here, but I think it's completely and totally useless. You can't even interact with it, so that's not one that you can use. So you have those locations right there, 4 right there. There's, you know, 2, 3, and 4. And what drops in, what you can find there is all those aforementioned creatures, but also you can get the fire hatchling, venom hatchling, and ice hatchling, and the phoenix chicks. They usually, they're rare, but they usually only drop as a single squad, so you need to get them 4 times. I got lucky enough with the phoenix chick when I already had 2 of the phoenix ones, and I was just going to the last one where you can, the last beast den where you can actually get them, which actually is not there. There's actually a 5th one that I'm aware of, and that's in here, Zagros Mountains. This is where that portal is. There's one right here in between these trees, I believe, and it's the same as those. And I also managed to see once drop 1 time, and only in this one. I don't know if they're available in the other ones, but the lesser demon also dropped here, only in a squad of 1. Maybe if you're really lucky, you may get them in a drop in a squad of 2, but that's if you're very, very lucky. I managed to get that with the, that's not where I'm going, with the phoenix chick, because I had that one I already had originally because of the ice princess, and then this one because of that rift. But at first I got 4 of the 4 in separate instances. I got 4 fire hatchlings and then 4 venom hatchlings, and then I had gone to the 4th because I was, you know, doing my rounds of the beast dens. So I got 2 phoenix chicks, and I was already on my 4th beast den. So I was on my 5th beast den. I'm like, I'm gonna have to wait another time. And then after like about an hour, I don't know how long sometimes it takes like an hour of grinding of getting these done. It depends on how fast you beat them. I usually beat them in about a minute or 2 max. So it took me like 2 hours to get all of these in time. 2 hours if I count all the time. Actually not 2 hours. No, I'm not gonna say that because I don't even know. I can't remember anymore. About 1 hour um, to get whatever. At least 1 hour of grinding for getting each of these or something like that. If you're lucky, you may do it in about an hour or sooner. If you're unlucky, it's gonna take you forever. But anyways, I was on my fifth den, and I got the 2 of 2 Phoenix Chick squad, and that I just needed those 2, so I completed it. Boom, there you go, Phoenix King basically. And as you can see here, the Jade required for the Phoenix Chick to get to the Phoenix King, 200 and then 300. Something's funny though. I remember explicitly seeing that the first time I checked the first chick, it said Jade required 349. Why? I have no clue. I already had my talents full and everything, and I don't know. And the Jade for this one right here, from Phoenix to Phoenix King, was already 300. Was 300 and it stayed the same. This one looked 349 to me. I don't know if it's just it was my glasses that were dirty. I don't know. But that's that. But this is the most. I feel it's the most expensive. Maybe not, because it's also expensive. These right here, 100, 150, and 100, and then there's 3 lines to get up there. But anyways, that's where you get those. That's how you get those. And if you're really lucky, I think that getting lesser demons is really, really rare. Getting any of the 3 hatchlings, the dragons one, they're not as hard. It's not as difficult to get those. And you can also get ice hatchlings there, in case you miss getting the ice wyverns from the ice princess. You can also get those from there. And I don't know if you can continue getting them after you get one unit of these. I'm guessing you can. You can keep grinding it and trying to get more, so you can have multiple flame dragons, or multiple bane dragons, or multiple tundra dragons, multiple phoenix kings, maybe even demon lords. But the demon lord to me is the rarest thing. I've only ever had it drop once. A single squad unit or single unit squad of lesser demons, and I managed to get the Phoenix King, Bane Dragon, and Flame Dragon. And I constantly had ice dragons, ice hatchlings dropping, fire hatchlings, and venom hatchlings when I already had all of them complete. And so I would just repeat, rinse and repeat until I managed to get what I needed. Anyways, so I got 5 arch riders as well here. I got my cheetah alpha, my 2 legendary oxen or ox, a granite giant, Arborean elder, Beastmasters, Swordsman, Phantom Hunter, Priest, High Priestess, Dakin, Elder, blah blah blah. Just a mix and match of things right there. From here upwards, I have it more or less how I want it. These 10 of these 5 units of legendary or mythical creatures, these 5 arch riders, and everything else is just like meh. The only thing I really care about is the legendary ox, because the reason I got these is because originally they were bison, and it changed their name once you upgraded them. It just brings memories, nostalgia of Pokemon, the first ever season, or whenever the first ever generation, with Ashes, or I forget his name. Shitoro. What's his name? I can't remember right now. Oh, I had to look it up real quick. I couldn't really remember. I know it was something with S or something. Satoru or Satori or something like that. Satoshi, there we go. That's his original, his Japanese version name. Where he had a herd, basically a herd of. I also forget the name of the Pokemon, but the 3-tailed cow bull Pokemon. I forget the name. I need to look. Tauros. When he had the herd of Tauros, this is what it reminded me of. It was very nostalgic seeing the bison. And I'm like, you know what? I actually wanted to have more than 2 of them, but I'm like, I think they're not that great or that useful. But I just have them there for novelty's sake. But anyways, that's what basically my team turned out to be. And with this many mythical or legendary creatures right here, your power increases quite a bit, and that's how I feel it. That, including the increased level cap for the characters and my own, is what made it easier to conquer the Efreet domain. Anyways, I think that's mostly it. my equipment, I have Book of Fire again in trinkets, and then there's other stuff you can get here. Also, you can get the nightmares that the Ifrit generals or the Ifrit characters use. Though the march speed is not very great, it's plus 50, so I just prefer the Phoenix because, as you can see here, I own everything. I have a ton of money. I have million plus here, 140 plus K here of wood, of almost 140K of ironstone. Then I have this jade. I've been using all that jade to do the upgrades for the legendary creatures, for the storm cavalry, all those units that require jade, plus to revive. I've had my creatures die, my legendary creatures die so many times. I've had to revive the Tundra Dragon, Bane Dragon. I've had to revive these, and they cost like 300 or something, 450 to revive each of them. Because if they're like bleeding out, you're not able to restore them normally. You have to restore them, and then you have to pay an additional amount. As you can see there, this squadron will be bleeding out when reduced to 0. Utar 10,000, Jade 450 is required. And the Phoenix King is even more expensive, 700, 450, 450. And right here 300 jade plus a bunch of other materials, right? So that's how I basically ended up, that's basically the end of my playthrough right there. We still have to look at or finish the main quest line here again. Hopefully that gives us the true ending, because apparently there's a true ending according to the achievements in Steam. So that's what we're going to look at. Anyways, I think that's mostly it here. I think I went on for more than I actually wanted to. I didn't want to take more than 20 minutes, and well, now I'm at the 30-minute mark, and I think that's gonna be it. Let's go on to the last battle again, and we're gonna go through it once at least, and then we'll just come back to it upon victory, and hopefully it's a true ending. If not, well, I'm probably gonna end it here. Anyways, let's go on to fight the Obsidian Flame. Alright, so here we are, ready to fight the Obsidian Flame. We're right in front of him. Just one thing I forgot to mention, I've been buying phoenixes like crazy every time I get a chance, and eagles, not leopards, because I actually just want like flying mounts for all my characters, and all the characters in my squad, actually all of them have phoenixes, and then I have just eagles for as like a second best for now, because I think they spawn more often in the store or the shop rather than phoenixes. So I get both because they're the only flying mounts anyway. So I'm like, you know what, I'll go for those two, even though the leopard is faster than the eagle by 10. But anyways, enough of that. Let's go into the we already know how this goes, so we don't really pay attention to what this is gonna say or anything like that. We already know everything is the same except for probably the ending. And we may not defeat this or beat this on the first try. Just like with the other character, we didn't manage to beat him on the first try. It took us multiple tries, and until we finally got it. And the thing with this boss is that it spawns like fallen ones, lesser demons, demon lords, but the demon lords usually only come after you drop them to like 10% or some low percentage, 25% or something. But the lesser demons and the fallen ones, those you have to, it has like a sort of life force shield with them, and you have to defeat those or most of them to drop its shield down or something, and then you can actually do damage to the Obsidian Flame, or otherwise you won't be able to do damage to it. So let's go. So again, I have like I said, I have the Book of Fire. I have my turret right here. So right there, I'm not doing any damage to it. So let's go continue fighting these demons. Hit that 4 real quick. I don't want to die. The problem with this this bombardment here that I'm doing, Ancient Machine of Fire bombing or whatever it's called, the problem it has is that, oh, wrong button. I don't know why that's coming out in that language right there, in Chinese or Mandarin, whatever you call it. Is that it has a shared cooldown. Everything that all your skills share a cooldown with it. and it's a 2.5 seconds. So if I were to do that, use that skill, I can't use anything. Skill is coolly down. Now I'm just hitting E, and that's this charge right here. So brutal collision is it actually we actually move very, very slowly, but the thing about that is that you can't get knocked out. You can't get knocked out of it. You're like basically immune. You're not immune to damage. Okay, we beat it. We're not immune to damage with brutal collision, but you are immune to like knocking back or stuff like that if you're already in the animation, which is something I like. So that's why I'm like, oh, why was it? At first when I saw it, I'm like, why is it so slow? But then and then I saw him like, oh yeah, you can't be knocked out, you can't be stunned. But if you're stunned and you're like in the middle of using it barely, and it's not activated yet, it uses the skill and you don't do anything. But you know, if you use it and you're already in the animation, even though you're going slow, you can't get knocked back or stunned or anything like that, as far as I'm concerned. Anyways, I don't know if this is gonna be new text because hopefully it's a true ending. Or it's just gonna be something later on. But we're gonna continue off from here, reading it and whatnot. Unbelievable, unforgivable. I think I had a weird voice the last time I tried to make this. Unbelievable or something like that. Unforgivable. I think that's how it sounded. It seems like life doesn't change, no matter which universe you're living in. Such resentment, such hatred and betrayal. Such mutual destruction. The ground shakes abruptly, and dark purple halos start to open up around the place. Wouldn't these be called more, instead of halos, wouldn't they be called more like portals? Or, you know, something like that? Rifts, maybe, instead? Hey, why does it feel like I'm losing energy? Disappear with me. Obsidian Flame's body begins to disintegrate, and alongside its form crumbles the rest of this universe, like a baby clutching for its mother. It reached out its arms to the formless, splintered sky. Suddenly, the palm of the hand turns to face you. The dark purple flame gradually dims, eventually extinguishing.
I never expected to feel so useless after losing my royal blood. I'm sorry, I just can't. Time with you.
I don't know what happens there. It did that the last time we finished the game, and it passed through that section of the video. Maybe something's wrong with it, and it did it again this time.
In fact, as I watched time repeat itself, I began to forget that I too am but a mere mortal. The power that belonged to the obsidian flame has left me. But I still have my own power. The power of humanity.
I did it. So I'm not getting any pop-up or anything like, you know, true ending. Maybe I don't know if there's something particular that you need to do, because I wiped out the Ifrit basically. I took over everything. I owned everything. I don't know what else there is to do unless you have to beat it before a certain time to get the true ending, or maybe I don't know. We'll just wait for the credits to go once more. As we've already seen, they're not that long. And I think it's right after this they're gonna be done. So let's click here. You gained 225 class points. You failed to break your record of 375 class points. You begin with 375 class points available. That's one of the things I was worried about. I'm like, if I complete the game with this character with less legacy points, will I keep the ones that the other character had, or will I like they drop down? Will they drop down to the new, point, or let's say the new score that I have? Apparently not. We keep them, which is good. I was afraid of that. You may end this game at any time and start a new game with the class points refunded. If you still harbor regrets, you can keep exploring this game. Class points will continue to be updated daily based on your performance. Selectable game difficulty level increased by 1. I wonder if to get the true ending, you need to be able to... Okay, so I got right there. I'm getting an achievement right there called True Ending. But I saw nothing different in reality, unless there's a message here. Rally point updated. Completed quest and unlock new difficulty. Why is my rally point updated? 2 is now available. Let's check the map. Anything new? What do you mean true ending? I saw nothing of true ending. It looked all the same to me. And I still got the achievement. So, nothing different here. Nothing different. Anything in my inventory that's new? I have a full inventory, but I didn't think I had this much stuff. Anyways, can I use this? I still can't use it. Okay, that's strange. So I'm gonna have to look into it and see if it's actually... I'm gonna have to go back and compare this ending with the other one to see what's the difference. I'm gonna have to look at both my recordings and see. And I think I'll actually be back after a moment. After a moment. I'll be back momentarily. That's what I was trying to say. After I've checked both of them, to see what's the difference, and I'll mention that, and I'm like, if there's a difference or not, because it didn't look like there was. Anyways, there was one more thing that I want to look at, but I can't recall at the moment. Oh yeah, we're gonna look at that difficulty thing, how that works, because we only had one the last time. I also want to see where my new rally point is at, because I had a rally point in the White Rose Garden, I think, and I don't know if it took me out of there or went somewhere else. Anyways, I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so just something real quick. I sped up time to see where my rally point got updated to, and I don't know why, but my rally point got updated to here. If I just used it because let's go into the news here just so y'all know. Hopefully I got it. Return scroll is ready to use, so I just used it and it brought me here. No, don't do that. Now I took off the skill. Anyways, I can't use it anymore because I've already used it, and it brought me down back to here, so I don't know why it reset that. I don't know, it's weird. Anyways, one thing I forgot to mention for this class, these Conqueror cores, if we go into the skills, this skill right here, Conqueror, master the true meaning of being a Sultan. To dominate and conquer, use Ancient Machina, not including arrow turrets, for a 1 in 3 chance to get a core every time a hero is knocked down. It says heroes, but I think it just means like any character, basically any enemy unit. I think. I don't know what it really means by hero. Cores grant 1 attack or attack +1 when used. It's basically something like permanent increase. So if you go into here, let's go. I've gotten many more of these. I've gotten like 10 stacks of these ever since I got that skill, and it wasn't that long ago when I got it. It basically, you can use one. They stack in 10s. One, you can use as many as you want. Let's go use 2, and you can choose any character apparently. But I only ever given it to myself to increase physical attack. Mine is at 747 right now, but and that was not the original number, because I had gotten I was like at 600 something when I maxed out at level 25. But if I do that, it says it got me up by 2 points, 749. There's like certain thresholds, like every 10 or every something amount, because sometimes I would use a full stack of 10, and sometimes it would give me 11 points or 12 points extra, and like no, it would just give me an extra 1 or 2 points or 3 maybe, aside from the 10 I would use, and my attack would increase more than 10 at a time because I would just use the stacks of 10, so that's how it would work. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Now I'm gonna go check on the footage to see if the endings are different. They seemed exactly the same to me, but I guess we'll see. Alright everyone, so just something quick. I've already gone and checked side by side both ending clips or footages of the other playthrough plus this one, and they are exactly the same. Even the voice that I did, the voice for the Obsidian Flame, it was almost exact. It was almost spot on, on point, whatever you want to call it. It was almost the same. It was a bit different, but it was mostly the same. Anyways, that's not the important part. Like I said, the video ending clips, whatever you want to call it, exactly the same. So I don't know why I got the achievement for true ending, or maybe it just calls it that because you finished it a second time. I don't know. And this is gonna suck really, because I wanted to have the name, I wanted to have in the title for this video true ending, but now it's just gonna be very clickbaity, because there isn't really or either it's not a true, because I don't have the true ending. That seemed like the same ending as the previous one, so to me that's not a true ending, unless, like I said, just because you beat it twice or something. But like I said, it's gonna seem very clickbaity in my part. But I just want to disclaimer that I'm gonna put a question mark at the end of it. I'm gonna put true ending, and in between parentheses question mark, like true ending, what? Because they're exactly the same. If you want to put the videos side by side, or obviously you could probably look it up, but which I'm probably gonna do as well, to see what's the difference between the normal ending and the true ending, because I don't really understand that. Anyways, so one other thing was that I went to check to make a new character. My theory was previously that since we only had the first a difficulty to increase by 1 for the minus 20 points, so you can get basically 20 points for legacy, so you can add more stuff to your character. I checked it, and my theory was that it's probably gonna have like a slider or something, so you could choose from 1 to whatever limit you had. We have 2 now, so I checked it, and it lets you choose 1 or 2, or how many ever you want, whatever your limit is. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm gonna have to apologize now, and there's a true ending also apparently for the Spiritmancer class, which I just really don't feel like playing that class, because it wasn't really something that interested me. So I'm not gonna do that. And well, yeah, that's basically the end of this series playthrough. And I don't have any plans on coming back to this game, at least for for a series. Maybe on my own time. That's me. But because we've already done technically 2 playthroughs, but one was more like complete, and one was more just to see what a certain class was about, and those were the only 2 that really interest me in reality. So unless there's like new content to see later in the future, then because that's kind of the things you should do when you have a series. Come back later to check out what new things are available after a major update or anything like that. Anyways, that's typical stuff, kind of sort of common sense for this type of scene, YouTube series scene. Anyways, that's all for now. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully I don't forget anything, because I always tend to do so. I say this all the time. I just can't say it enough that I always forget things. I'm very forgetful. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Please subscribe if you want to. No, please subscribe for more future playthroughs. Hit that like button if you liked the episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.